Today we are going to explore the building blocks of English grammar by looking at simple sentence patterns. We will see how these sentences can grow from just two words into longer ones while still staying simple. To start off, what do you think of when you hear the term simple sentence?
When I hear simple sentence, I guess I just think of something that is really short. Like, maybe just a couple of words that tells you one basic thing that happened. Is it just about the length of the sentence?
That is a very common way to think about it, but in grammar, simple actually refers to the structure rather than the length. A simple sentence is defined as having exactly one independent clause, which means it expresses one complete thought. Does the idea of a single complete thought make sense to you?
I think so. It's like a full idea that doesn't feel like it's hanging or waiting for more information to make sense. But I'm a little confused about the structural part. If it's not about the length, does that mean a really long sentence could still be called simple as long as it's only one thought?
Exactly. A long sentence can still be simple as long as it stays as one independent clause. We're going to look at 4 patterns to see how this works, starting with the most basic one, which is just a single subject and a single verb. If I say the student studies, can you identify which word is the subject and which is the action?
In that sentence, I'm pretty sure the student is the subject because they're the one doing something, and studies would be the action word, or the verb, right? That seems easy enough since there are only 2 words.
Spot on. That subject plus verb pattern is the foundation of everything else we will talk about. Now, we can actually add more people to the mix without changing the type of sentence, like saying Tom and Sarah study. Since those 2 people are sharing that one action, what word do you think we use to glue the 2 subjects together?
Oh, I think you just use the word and to join them, like in your example. But wait, if there are 2 people, does that mean it's not a simple sentence anymore because there are 2 subjects? Or does it still count as one thought?
That is a great question. It actually still counts as a simple sentence because they are sharing that one action of studying together. As long as they are part of that single complete thought, it remains one independent clause. Since we have seen how to double up on subjects, let's try the opposite. In the sentence Tom studies and works, what has changed compared to our first pattern?
Well, in the first one, it was just one person doing one thing. But here, it sounds like Tom is doing 2 different things at the same time. He is studying, and he is also working. Is that called a double verb? And does that still count as one thought, even though he's doing 2 separate actions?
You nailed it. We call that a compound verb, and yes, it is still a simple sentence because it is one person carrying out those actions as a single complete thought. Just like we used a conjunction to join 2 people, we use the word and here to glue the 2 actions together.
So as long as it's just Tom doing both, it's still simple. I think I get that. But what if we combine both ideas? Like, if I said Tom and Sarah study and work, is that still just one simple sentence? It feels like there's a lot more going on now with 2 people and 2 actions.
You have perfectly anticipated the 4th pattern. Even with 2 people and 2 actions, it is still a single, simple sentence because it is one independent clause where everyone acts together. As long as you are not starting a brand new thought, you can pack in multiple subjects and verbs and it stays simple. To make sure we have this down, if I told you that a simple sentence is like a single train, how would you describe the subjects and verbs using that analogy?
Let me try. If the whole sentence is like one single train, then maybe the subjects are like the engines pulling it, and the verbs could be like what the train is actually doing, like rolling or whistling. So even if you have 2 engines at the front pulling the same train, or if the train is doing 2 things at once, it's still just that one single train on the track. Is that right? It doesn't turn into 2 trains just because you added another engine.
That is a perfect way to put it. As long as all those engines and actions are hooked to the same train, it stays one single unit. Since we have finished looking at all 4 patterns, let's do a quick check. If you saw a very long sentence with many subjects and verbs but only one independent clause, what would you call it?
I would still call that a simple sentence. Even if it gets really long and crowded with people or actions, as long as it's just that one train on the track like we talked about, the structure is still simple. But I was wondering, if I added a word like because or although to the sentence, would that stop it from being just one train? Or does that not matter?
That's a very sharp observation. Adding words like because or although actually hooks a second train onto your first one, which means it wouldn't be a simple sentence anymore. You have a great handle on how these sentences are built. Now that we have covered all the patterns from basic to complex, which of these 4 do you think would be the hardest to spot while reading a book?
I think the 4th one, the one with the 2 subjects and the 2 verbs, would be the trickiest. When I'm reading fast and see a bunch of names and then a few different actions, my brain might think it's multiple sentences smashed together. Like, if I see Tom and Sarah study and work, I might accidentally think that Tom studying is one thought and Sarah working is another, especially if the sentence gets longer with more details. Is there a trick to tell if they are actually working together or if it's two separate trains?
The trick is to look at the verbs and see if they apply to all the subjects mentioned. In a simple sentence, all the subjects share all the actions, like a single team working on one project. We have now covered how simple sentences are built using one independent clause, no matter how many subjects or verbs are involved. You have mastered the patterns of simple sentences, so let's wrap things up here.
That makes sense. So it's all about whether they are sharing the workload. Like, if I said the dog and the cat ate and slept, they're both doing both things, so it stays as that one single team or train. I think I finally get that simple doesn't mean easy or short, it just means they are all stuck together in one unit. Thanks for explaining the train analogy. That really helped me visualize it.
You are absolutely right. You have got the concept down perfectly. Use that team or train mental image whenever you are analyzing sentences in the future. It was a pleasure exploring these patterns with you today, and I hope you have a wonderful time spotting these in your reading.